sorry about the noise in the background. I finally fed the dog, so she's eating. Episode 3. Great game.
Great game.
What happens, Rach?
Alright, so we meet our friends back at 221B Baker Street. I'm stalling.
221B Baker Street.
Shit. Let's see here. Okay. People are being threatened to be killed. They have a laser point on their heads. No? That's what I remember.
So Sherlock and Watson are in the apartment. They're bored. Well, Sherlock is bored. Watson's like, whatever, I don't give a shit that you're bored. And then Watson leaves, and Sherlock gets blown up. The apartment, 221B, is bombed.
I forgot about that.
That's how the episode starts. And they say
it's not important.
They say it's a gas leak, and they find a letter addressed to Sherlock in the bottom downstairs flat. And in that flat, there's a cell phone and a pair of shoes. And when they pick the cell phone up, he gets a call or a text from some unknown number, and it's beep, 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 beep. So it's the 5 pips.
Okay.
So someone is testing Sherlock.
Okay.
That's what's going on. And Watson's, like, as soon as this happens, Watson's like, what the hell's going on? My apartment got blown up. What is this? And Sherlock's like, don't worry, I've been expecting this for quite some time. Like, he's been expecting this Moriarty fella to come in and start testing him. An arch nemesis of sorts. So the first test is, here are the shoes.
Just a pair of shoes.
Just a pair of shoes.
Can I remember how he solves this?
He uses dirt and things and time, and like, they're an old pair of shoes they look brand new, but they're not a retro design. They are actually 30 years old. And there's like a name stitched in the back of it.
Oh, weren't they from the school?
They were. So it was it was actually where Sherlock began. He says that at one point, like, this is where I began in Watson. A boy died, a boy drowned in the local pool. He was prone to epilepsy and he drowned. And they wrote it up as just an accident, but it never felt right to Sherlock because something about the shoes and the clothes. Like, he loved those shoes, he loved his clothes, and like, he wasn't, like, where were they? Like, if he was gonna go back to his locker after swim practice and change out of clothes, his shoes would have been there. Like, something just didn't feel right. So Sherlock always assumed it was a murder. We find out way at the end, spoilers, we find out way at the end, Moriarty killed that fucking kid because that kid used to bully Moriarty.
Oh.
So, yeah, Moriarty and Sherlock kind of got born at the same time. So, Sherlock goes on his website and posts, like, you know, to the owner of this pair of Nikes, you found them circa 1980, blah, 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 blah. And that, because he solved the prize, that's where you get into people with lasers on them.
Okay.
So there are people with bombs, like one person with a bomb strapped to their fucking chest.
That's what it is.
And they call in and they're talking, but like you can tell that they're just repeating something from an earpiece.
To them as well.
It's an earpiece.
An earpiece, but there is one time where someone's in a car, in a passenger seat, and I'm pretty sure that like someone's sitting next to them.
Maybe. So someone is narrating, like, you have like 12 hours to solve my you know, essentially Moriarty's just fucking with Sherlock. You have 12 hours to solve this crime, or to solve my little puzzle, which is just a pair of shoes, until this person gets decimated. So he solves it, like a day goes by, and then another person calls up the police station, they're wearing the thing. This time there's only 4 beeps. Mm-hmm. And this one is, essentially it's a series of those kind of puzzles, yes, to solve.
A bunch of little puzzles, yeah. A bunch of little crimes, basically to save those people.
My favorite one being an astronomy-based solution.
I don't remember.
There is a fake painting in a museum. And there is an old woman with a vest. And the thing is, like, Sherlock's like, you know, he was down to the wire, like, at 8 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. The painting's a fake! And then the voice at their end says, okay, you get like an extra 30 seconds. You have to tell me why it's a fake.
Okay.
And the way you know this painting is a fake is it was painted this year, like, you know, 17, whatever the fuck. And there is a star in the sky on the painting that wasn't discovered until after that painting was made.
Oh, man.
So Sherlock had to use his limited knowledge of space, because earlier in the episode...
Mind Palace.
Yes, earlier in the episode they established that he doesn't know that the Earth revolves around the sun.
Wait, what?
Sherlock is like, I'm so fucking smart, I'm Sherlock Holmes. Watson's like, you don't know everything. I know everything that matters. You don't know the Earth revolves around the sun. And Sherlock's like, why does that matter? Like, I only have this finite amount of memory in my brain, and he needed to use space to solve the crime.
Yeah.
So each new puzzle is a little more difficult, a little more violent. At one point, an old woman who, like, he solves the puzzle, but the old woman she's blind. An old blind woman. She starts saying to the police, or to Sherlock, I guess, "Oh my God, come save me. He was so terrifying. That voice That voice was so... And Sherlock's like, no, don't tell me anything about him. You can't tell me anything about him. And she gets blown up because she's starting to reveal something about Moriarty. And Moriarty lives in the shadows. That's what he does.
That's what I was thinking of, the laser on their foreheads, because he's threatening to kill them if they do give away anything.
Or if they don't solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, it's
fucked up. This whole thing. That's almost as bad as the first episode.
Sherlock very quickly realizes that Sherlock is the world's first and only consulting detective. That's what he does. He's that good. He very quickly discovers that Moriarty is the world's first and only consulting criminal. So all the things that happened to him throughout the first series, the dude with the pills, the Chinese people in the last episode.
He's not actually doing it.
But Moriarty's behind it all.
Yeah.
He's paying for these things to happen, including all the crimes. Well, not all the crimes. The shoes was like something he did, but like the painting was something that Moriarty set up. A woman wanted to fake a painting and make a lot of money and blah, blah, blah. Didn't know how to do it, so Moriarty offered to help her do these crimes. Like, that's what it is. That's what Moriarty does, sort of, is I have an idea, and Moriarty's the guy who can, like, make it work out perfectly for you so you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Including another guy who, like, relocated to Venezuela, and Sherlock figures that out because there's a dude with, like, a tan, and he's got a scratchy arm, which means he got an injection of B12 before he went out of the country, and the money in his wallet is from Colombia, and blah, blah, blah. So they faked this guy's death, when in reality, he just moved out of the country and his wife collected the insurance money. Shit like that. So you quickly discover that Moriarty is behind almost every bit of crime in the whole fucking world, essentially. Yeah. And that's not petty crime. So why is it that he's actually turning on his people? Like, these people who hired him to help him do crimes, why is Moriarty, essentially having Sherlock solve those puzzles? It's because he's really interested in Sherlock.
But
so
why?
we lead to the last Pip. Boop. And
oh, John!
Sherlock tells Watson, I don't know what this means, but very quickly Sherlock, he knows what it means. I'll meet you at the pool. So it's the pool where the kid died. And he walks in, and out from behind, like a little changing room, steps John. And I will admit, the first time Watson steps out and he goes, bet you didn't see this coming. And the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, no, that's stupid. He's not Moriarty. But then he opens up his coat and you realize he's got a dynamite vest on and he's got a thing in his ear. So, there you go. And then Moriarty finally introduces himself.
That motherfucker is scary.
And the first time we actually see him is back at the hospital. Molly's got a new boyfriend.
I don't even remember.
He's a guy named Jim. Hi, I'm Jim.
Oh, no!
And he's wearing the scrubs.
Oh, no!
And Sherlock being Sherlock's a dick, he's like, that guy's gay. And Molly's like, what do you mean? You can tell by the gait of his pants, the way the underwear sticks out of the thing. You can tell by the way he walks, the way he holds himself, the hair product, the fact that the band of his underpants, a designer label, steps out of the waist of his pants. Also, he left his number on this card under this dish. And Molly's like, oh, you fucking dick. But that's Jim's Moriarty. So at the end, they're like, who is this? Blah, blah, blah. And then you hear from off camera, gave you my number. Thought you'd call.
It's an Ethan character.
Yeah. And that's the way Jim, the Moriarty character, he does, he's very... Hi, he's very weird.
He's so happy, which the fact that he's
maniacal.
Yeah, I don't like that. It scares me.
He sells Sherlock, why? What does this have to do with anything? He asks, and Moriarty says, well, because you've been fucking my shit up, man. You fucked up my Asian trade thing I had going. You screwed up my cabbie kills people thing, I guess. And really, you just can't be allowed to live anymore. It's fun, you're really fun. But I can't have you doing this, you're going to fuck me up. And Sherlock said, it's a game, Sherlock. You know you love games as much as I do. Sherlock's like, people have died. And he's like, that's what people do! Moriarty's fucking intense. So, he essentially does the whole bad guy speech of you guys should stop what you're doing, otherwise I'm going to kill you. And it's revealed that, Sherlock has a gun, and then 14 laser scopes show up, so clearly Moriarty's got an army with him.
Yeah.
So Moriarty's like, I'm gonna leave you guys now, but if you keep doing what you're doing, I'm gonna have to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Bye! And then, god damn it, Willow. Then, they take the vest off him, and you get another one of those moments where they're friends.
Yeah.
When Moriarty is facing down Sherlock, Watson actually grabbed him in a bear hug, as if okay, now if you want to blow me up, it's going to kill you too. Watson tried to save Sherlock. So when they're all alone, Sherlock's like, that was good, what you did in there. You're my friend and I love you.
Aww. He's so awkward about it.
So they take the dynamite vest off and they throw it, away from them. And then Moriarty comes back in and laser pointer show up. He's like, you know what? on second thought, I really can't have you meddling around anymore. I'm going to go ahead and kill you now. And then Sherlock points his gun down at the vest.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you can shoot us. We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
So you know what's gonna happen now. And that's how the episode ends.
Yeah, I remember. It's like, wait, the ending is here.
Yeah, cliffhanger.
Yeah. Which they're great at those cliffhangers.
They do that every season.
Ugh.
3 years between seasons.
I know. I can't even imagine for all of y'all who have been watching since the beginning.
I think I covered everything. Oh, another little thing I noticed from Tumblr. Where did Sherlock get that gun that he has at the end? The one that he points at the vest. And where did he get that gun? I'm pretty sure it's the same gun that the dude with the pills had in the first episode, which is not even a real gun. Remember, it's revealed it's a lighter?
Yeah.
Sherlock did all that shit. He was bluffing the whole time.
Isn't that kind of what he does, though?
Sherlock's a genius and a dick and psychopath. And, so I think that's pretty much it. Mrs. Hudson has some good jokes in that episode. Obviously, Lestrade, Greg, the inspector, is just like, what are we doing? Sherlock, I'm going to let you solve these crimes, but like, you better fucking tell me. Like, this is clearly not just about these crimes. It's about you. Molly has that wonderful moment where Sherlock tells her that her new boyfriend is gay.
Wait, do we know what other history we know from Moriarty and Sherlock besides?
That's it. They went to the same school. They went to the same school. I don't think they even knew each other.
Okay.
I think Sherlock says, like, maybe I vaguely remember some little scrawny kid. Like, they were different years.
Did you tell me that Moriarty knows Mycroft, though?
No, I said Mycroft knows who Moriarty is.
Okay.
Like, when all this shit's going down in this episode, Mycroft is popping up because he is, British intelligence. He knows that there's this international terrorist fucker out there.
Yeah.
Like, he's been aware of it for a while. Like, Sherlock's having fun. He does what he does to avoid boredom. That's it. Mycroft is actually trying to make the world a safer place.
Yeah.
And he enjoys solving puzzles. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the first season. Excellent cliffhanger. I love that the whole thing builds to, like, the fact that John... And by the way, when John steps out and you think he might be Moriarty, the look on Sherlock's face is fucking heartbreaking.
Isn't it like,
and he's like, oh,
me?
Like, no, I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
So they keep layering that in, which is going to get even more intense in season 2.
Totally.
Moriarty is fun. I like that character.
He's fun, but he's fucking weird, and that kind of level of being happy.
Sociopath.
Yeah, that level of sociopath gives me nightmares.
It is. It's definitely a little bit of the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, like that kind of like acting style of like being quiet and taking like quiet glee in horrible things, then occasionally getting really fucking serious. And
yeah,
it's a bit of that. That actor, that's his actual accent. And apparently, he auditioned with a more kind of like Britishy thing, but they let him use his like I think Glasgow accent because it was just a little bit like Moriarty's a little bit left to center. So they let him kind of roll with his own accent. I mean, that's really, there's all those wonderful moments, but like, I think I got the big ones, like, I thought you'd call, and then that's what people do, or his like big lines in that episode. Throughout, Moriarty's full of like wonderful little bon mots of creepy dialogue.
Yeah.
You can't even see me, I'm just behind a duck. Thank you, Willow, for ducking.
It's Willow's show now.
So, before we move on to the next episode, which is the next season, do you have any final thoughts about this episode or the first season? Anything you want to wrap up? Any complaints, issues, whatever?
It's been a while since I've watched it, and I don't remember a whole lot. But I remember after watching the first season, like, I was in, like, the second episode wasn't great, but the third episode was amazing
and
again.
And that cliffhanger is just like...
And then, yeah, it just...
I mean, obviously, no one's going to get blown up. Like, you're not going to kill the 3 characters, but, like, how are they going to get out of it?
Exactly. Like, that's what drives me crazy. But then also there's always a chance you're like, what? Someone might die? Like... And, like, they might actually do it. Who knows? I like it.
Good show.
I like trying to guess how he solves the crimes before he does it.
And you figured it out once or twice.
Yeah, I don't remember it now, but...
We were watching a couple episodes with my friend Kevin, our friend Kevin, who doesn't really like the show very much, but he didn't leave the room. Yeah. So he was sitting there just, like, making fun of it and making jokes and just, like, being a general dick. And at one point, like, 20 minutes into one of the episodes, he was like, oh, it's this. And I was like, God damn it, Kevin, let Rachel watch the show. Like, just because you predicted it doesn't mean...
But honestly, sometimes I'd rather know the ending, and then I still like the process of seeing how they get to the end.
Right.
Like, that's what happened with me in Westworld, but that's not what this episode
I mean,
is about.
that's why I started watching How I Met Your Mother, so I knew how it ended.
Exactly.
And I started watching spoilers for Walking Dead. The reason I started watching Walking Dead is because I knew a character got killed in a really brutal way.
Yeah.
And the audience was like fucking pissed. I was like, well, anything I thought that I watched Walking Dead way back. I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But anything that makes that much of a response, I'm like, well, clearly people are invested. So I started watching it because I knew something horrible was going to happen. So I guess I can see your point. If somebody popped up right now and told you it was going to happen in season 4, would you want to know?
No,
Okay.
not now. I'm already in it. No, I only like to know the end when I'm trying to decide if I
if you like it or not.
If I like it or
Sure,
not.
sure,
Like,
sure.
let me just hear the first part of the story. But once I'm in, I'm in. Same thing happened with me in Game of Thrones, where like that happens a lot, where people are like, the first episode sucks. Like,
No, the first episode of Game of Thrones is good.
it's okay, but it's just a lot of like, blah. And there's a really good cliffhanger in that episode.
They knocked the boy out of the window.
Yeah, Bran. But like, there's a lot of slow episodes as well. But I'm like, all right, we're trying to get here. That's okay. Like, I'm along for the ride now. You know, that's how I get invested.
Is she in fucking Westeros yet?
Who? Daenerys? She's on her way.
All right.
Spoilers.
2 more seasons and she'll show up.
I think they're gonna have one more season. Isn't this the last one?
I think there's 2 more. What is it? Season 6 just ended?
I don't know.
I think there's supposed to be 8 seasons. Anyway, we're talking a whole other show now. We'll be back next time with season 2, episode 1.
Of Sherlock.
Sorry, Scandal in Belgravia, which is what I like. That's one with the woman.
Will catch me up on the next video because I don't remember.
All right. See ya.
Adios. Adios. Adios, mio.
Say bye, Willow. I can't move.
Come on. Sit. Sit down.
Three fundamental truths at the exact same time. Rise up, come and get you on your knees, you rise up.
Ready?
I think so.